What's good folks, it's Nightmare Frame here with a new Warframe video. Not the usual build or guide vids, but something different that I felt like I needed to do. I'm here talking about INAROS. I'm pretty sure you know of this sand boy. People use him as a tank, great for casual, chilled missions, fishers, clearing steel paths, sorties, and I would say the best Warframe for sortie hijacks, as you can literally go AFK and the mission plays out for you. DE, please rework those missions. And quite a few people even claim him to be the best tank. Unfortunately, that isn't the case. He is the only Warframe in the game that can get one-shotted. Literal one shot, especially with the introduction to shield gating, because he doesn't have any sort of damage reduction or damage negation. He is just health. And guys, health and armor do not mean you are tanky and undying. Well, to level 30 enemies, sure. And don't forget that Arcane Grace, which is pretty much a staple for INAROS builds. Anyway, since I prefer fun, engaging, and effective setups with frames and builds, and not just the brain-dead, hey, I press one button and the game magically plays itself. No. So I've come up with a complete overhaul of INAROS and his kit with a few different passives, just so it's not too stale. Nezha, Wukong, Vauban, and Amber are some of the best Warframe reworks that we've ever had. So please, DE, if you're listening, INAROS needs your help. Before I get into the new abilities, this is a quick word from today's sponsor. This is the BenQ Screen Bar. I was sent a unit to do a quick review on, and this is definitely something needed for those late night gaming sessions, especially with those flashy lights. This helps and reduces eye strain. It feels high quality with its decent weight to it. It has touch buttons to turn the lights on and off, change the temperature, the brightness, and it even has a light sensor, which I think adjusts the light automatically for you. The product is very easy to set up. I ended up putting it together before realizing the instructions are right on the back of the box. It snaps easily in place, but the only issue with this screen bar, I would say, is having an ultra-wide curved monitor. I mean, not many people have that, so you're good to go. But other than that, it's a great product to have. It is USB powered, so no plugs needed, which is a huge selling point. It is available on Amazon, links in the description. I highly recommend it. Alright, let's get into the new INAROS Rework Concept. I'll be basing his attributes on the regular and not the primed version. And this is a small disclaimer for the corny ability names. INAROS currently has 225 armor, 150 energy, 2200 base health, and 0 shields. The new values would be 150 armor, 210 energy, 2000 health, and 0 shields. Let's start off with, of course, the first ability, Rain of Sand. INAROS will send out a wave of sand around a 20-meter radius, blinding enemies within line of sight for 15 seconds. Enemies affected are vulnerable to damage from all sources. The damage multiplier is capped at 200%. Killing a target will spread this affliction to nearby enemies within a 10-meter radius, with 60% of its remaining duration. The affliction spread range is capped at 10 meters. Enemies affected by your first ability are also susceptible to stealth multipliers. This ability scales of duration and range. Second ability, Subsume Life Force. INAROS targets an enemy and gains their life as his own. You go invulnerable for 1 second when casting this ability, and you gain a new health bar above your own, similar to the Reaper in Guild Wars 2. This health bar will scale with power strength and enemy level. When the health bar runs out, you become invulnerable for another second, and send out a wave that does impact damage with an impact proc, knocking down enemies. You're also immune to crowd control with this ability active, so staggers and knockdowns have no effect on you. And the invulnerability phase is capped at 1 second, and does not scale with duration mods. The health maintenance is based off duration, along with the third and fourth ability usage and uptime. On to the third ability, Serrated Winds. I kinda like that. INAROS sends out sand spears from his body, dealing puncture damage to enemies within a 20-meter radius. This ability has two forms, a quick tap and a hold cast. The quick tap will have the spears ricochet 3 times off surfaces and enemies, while holding down this ability will remove its ricochet effect and give it an 8-meter punch through. The punch through range is capped and does not scale off range mods. Each spear will deal 15% true damage with scales of power, strength, and enemy level. This damage will be dealt directly to the target's health and ignores all forms of defenses. Enemies killed by this ability will have a 50% chance to replenish the health of your second ability. This is a two-handed casting ability, meaning you can't shoot or do anything while it is being casted. So range, power, and enemy level make this ability shine. Alright, now the final and fourth ability, Rage of the King. For 25 seconds, you can increase the health of your second ability by 50%, increase ricochet count on your third by 6, and enemies blinded by your first ability will take 800 bleed damage, while also increasing your casting speed by 30%, increasing movement speed by 30%, fire rate, and attack speed by 25%. Enemies who attack you during this state have a 15% chance to be slowed by 75%. You reduce incoming damage from all sources by 90%. Unfortunately, you cannot refresh this ability till it has run its course. Also, the buffs are capped and does not scale off power. However, it does scale off duration, and the more you use the third ability while this ability is active, it will drain the health bar on your second ability. If you manage to lose your second ability while the fourth is active, it will refund you 100% of the energy spent to cast it. If the fourth ability runs out with 50% or more of your remaining second ability health bar, it will release a wave of fire applying the ignite status effect, and enemies affected by this effect will have a 15% chance to drop additional health and energy orbs. This feels like a completely new Warframe, but then again, this is just a concept and, I'm theory crafting. But tell me, wouldn't you love playing INAROS with these abilities? Alright, I've come up with two passives for this bad boy. Both feel good and also slightly overpowered, especially with these abilities. But Warframe is a power fantasy, so let us fantasize. The first one is when you take a lethal hit, you become invulnerable for 3 seconds, and this can only occur once every 8 seconds. The second is crowd controlling enemies will grant INAROS 5% power strength, capping at 10 enemies, so a total of 50% power strength increase. Alright folks, this is my INAROS rework concept. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to leave a like, share, and subscribe for more Warframe content, streams, and so much more. Do refer to the description. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace.